loin, beaucoup le connaissent. Il l'emporte avec elle les sourires et les soleils. Mopepe Mama, Mopepe, Mopepe Mama, Mopepe.
Hello and welcome to Encore. This week, as the world marks International Women's Day, we're bringing you a special music show about women in music. And our guest is Syssi Mananga. 8 years after her debut album, the award-winning Belgian-Congolese singer-songwriter is back with a new 12-track opus. It's called Mopepe Mama and will be released in April. And she joins me virtually in the studio from Nairobi. Thank you so much for being on the show. So your new album, Mopepe Mama, is coming out just shortly. Mopepe means wind in Lingala, which is your mother tongue. What does the title refer to for you?
Yes, indeed. You said it exactly right. Mopepe means the wind in Lingala, and it actually stands for all these women like me who are like the wind. They are like the wind because they are cross-border, they are multicultural, they have either mixed heritage or they are in a mixed relationship or they are friends from all over the world. Like the wind, the sky is their limit. They are passionate, they are driven by their dreams, by their ideals, and like the wind, they are natural, meaning that they don't need tons of filters or artificial tricks to shine. They don't try to blend in mainstream trends. They're just themselves. They're proud of their difference or their diversity, and that's just who they are, and that's just enough. So that's what Mopepe is about and what Mopepe Mama is.
That's right, because the album title is Mopepe Mama. The single we just listened to is Mopepe. You say it's a celebration of women, of mothers. Why did you want to pay tribute to women, to femininity in general? Why was that important to you?
It was really important to me because, especially in music, you don't see a lot of women. There are not that many women in the studio or that many women producing music, shooting music videos. In my own album, I think we're a team of 12 people. I think there are only 2 women, myself and a singer-songwriter as well, who collaborated on a track. 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, and I'm trying to teach the same thing equally to boys and girls, is that don't focus on prejudices. You know, it can be gender prejudice or racial prejudice or other kind of prejudice. Focus on your goal, how to achieve it. If you kick down to the floor, don't stay down, just, never give up, keep going at it until you reach your objective. And even though it's true that there are some systemic biases that need to change, it requires collective action. And maybe as an individual, we can contribute to this collective action by the example we set. So it was important for me as a woman, being like a minority in the music industry, to share that message in my album.
Well, it sounds like a wonderful message there. This week, the world is marking International Women's Day. You mentioned that the music industry is still very much a male-dominated world. Things are changing slowly, as you mentioned. Have you noticed in recent years efforts to empower women in the music industry?
I have actually quite recently this initiative called She's the Music. I think it's Alicia Keys who is driving this initiative. Is the first kind of database in the industry that collects or that mobilizes women, be they singer, be they producer, arranger, music video editor, or whatnot, lawyers, marketers, etc. And it is an initiative to support women in the industry, because even myself, I'm the only or one out of 2 women in this album. I didn't really think about it, but I didn't think about hiring more women in the team, and so I'm myself maybe perpetrated that same bias. But I think that things are changing. I think that men in the industry are very supportive of women. I have like 10 guys working on this album and giving their all to make it the perfect album. They're putting all their effort. So I think that men are open to let women in, and they're open to work with women to let women shine in this industry. So that's the mindset that we need to promote women and to see more and more women in the business.
Well, it's definitely a work in progress, as you said, but minds are changing. Let's actually listen to another single off your upcoming album. It's called Nawe. Take a listen. So that was Nawe of Syssi Mananga's new album, Mopepe Mama. That song was just selected as a semi-finalist on the International Songwriting Contest in the World Music category. Congratulations, that's incredible. And you're just about to launch a dance competition for that song. Tell us more about it.
Yes, thank you for congratulating me. It's quite an achievement, this semi-finalist status. There were more than 26,000 entries, and only about 9% of the songs made it to the semi-final. Judges are made of Coldplay, or Lara Pausini, Tom Waits, Bebe, Rexha, Dua Lipa, so big names. So I'm very proud of this achievement. And indeed, I'm trying to launch a dance competition because I want to involve my fans or followers as much as I can into my music project. I've asked them before to help me choose the cover of the album in between two photos. So I followed their advice for that one, and I'm launching a dance competition whereby I'm asking them to try to dance for 1 minute on the song, and the best choreography will be featured in the music video. So the dance competition is not for this song, but for the next upcoming single at the end of March, whose title is Mokili, and hoping to receive a lot of entries and to feature a wonderful dance crew from Africa, Europe, America. It's open to anyone with good moves.
All right, so you heard it there. If you have any ideas, send them to Syssi Mananga. We're actually going to move on to some other music news that's making headlines, talking about a legend in the country music scene approaching her 89th birthday. Loretta Lynn isn't slowing down. After a documentary about her life, she's about to release her 50th studio album. It's 13 songs that celebrate women in country music, a genre that's known for not being incredibly inclusive. The release actually coincides with the 50th anniversary of her signature album, Coal Miner's Daughter, and actually features a recitation of that mega hit. Take a listen.
We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that my daddy made sure of. And he shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar. My daddy, he worked all night in the Van Leer coal mines, all day long in the field of hoeing corn. Mommy, she'd rock the babies at night and read the Bible about the coal oil light. And everything would start all over come break of morn.
For her 50th album, Loretta Lynn collaborated with some other high-profile country music singers, including Carrie Underwood, Rebecca McIntyre. Now, for your album, Mopepe Mama, you actually collaborated with a lot of musicians from around the world, and due to the coronavirus pandemic, you actually did this virtually, which is an incredible feat. Can you tell us more about this recording process?
Indeed. I think a year ago, I would have thought it would have been impossible for musicians sitting in all different corners of the world to collaborate and come up with an album together. However, I won last year in 2019, before the coronavirus, the Beyond Music project, which is founded by Tina Turner and Regular Curti. And they have set up this online platform where musicians can meet virtually and collaborate. Every year they launch a competition so that musicians from all over the world create together a song on a given theme. And in 2019, I was lucky enough to win together with a Cameroonian piano player called Brice Essomba. And we're invited to France for 2 weeks to record an album under the direction of Larry Klein, who won the Grammy Award a couple of times. And this experience really taught me that it is possible today with the means at our disposal, with the technology that we have, digital file transfer, home studios, WhatsApp vocal notes, etc. It is possible to collaborate and make something together. So in this album, I have a bass player in South Africa, a kora player in the US, a trumpetist from Japan, a violinist from Denmark, a percussionist from Zimbabwe, a rapper from Uganda. So there are 10 different countries of musicians represented in the album.
Perhaps this is a new way of recording in the future. We're going to move on to another piece of music news. This is the American singer-songwriter Valerie June. She's releasing a new album. It's called The Moon and Stars, Prescriptions for Dreamers. Though she made this album before the pandemic, its introspective and hopeful sound is unexpectedly timely and the perfect soundtrack for the current era. Let's listen to a track off the album. It's called Call Me a Fool.
But this new love is so strong that, well, it's the power keep me holding on. Yeah, but they call me a fool. Darling, they call me a fool for your love, baby. And I'd be a fool anytime. I'd be a fool anytime for loving you.
We're going to leave you with some exciting news coming out of Montreal. The experimental instrumental band Bel Orchestre is breaking 12 years of silence with the release of a new project. The sextet, featuring violinist Sarah Newfield from Arcade Fire, revisited their process of spontaneous creation, creating an impressive collection of improvisation, 45 minutes. We're going to leave you with a little extract of that. But before we go, I want to thank our guest today, Syssi Mananga. Thank you so much for being with us virtually from Nairobi. Be sure to check out her upcoming album, Mopepe Mama. For more arts and culture news, head to our website and stay in touch on social media. More news is coming up just after this on France 24.